I have two knives that I'm offering in free drawings for 2025. The first being this Odin Wolf W1 in orange with black blade. I'll show you this in a minute. And that drawing will be January 31st. And you can go on to my channel and find out from my January 1st post, long video, how to enter to win this Odin Wolf W1. The second knife drawing, free knife, will be held on February 14th, Valentine's Day, and that's for a buck 631 pack light, brand new. Both of these knives are new. If you are interested, go to my January 2nd video to find out how to enter to win the buck 631 pack light. It's a pretty cool knife. I like it. It's not really in my collection mindset. It's a true skinning animal field dressing knife, hunter knife. I like it very much as the feel of it and everything. I just can't see carrying this knife for my purposes. But it's new, and if you're interested in learning how to win this buck 631, go to my channel and check out my long form video from January 1st. This was January 1st. This was January 2nd, pardon me. The January 1st video was for this Odin Wolf W1 hunting woods knife, which is a nice knife. I have the the black handle, black sheath version of this knife. I got two of those, and if you bought two, you got one free for the holiday deal. So this knife came free to me, and so I'm offering it free to you. Go to my January 1st video, long form video, to find out how to win the Odin Wolf W1. That up, I have some everyday carry knives that I come across, and some collectible and just regular pocket knives that I've been collecting. This particular front row is an everyday carry assortment I've had for months to years. The Swiss Army knife selection is growing. I have a lot of respect for the SAK, the Victorinox models. They're not only collectibles, they're just kind of in general cool to have with you all the time. I've got a tiny one that I also have. I use this all the time. It's a little manicure kit. But wait a second on this. I'll get back with you. In the top row, I have two recently picked up vintage pocket knives, a Boy Scout camper knife from the 50s, maybe 60s, and I have a World War II era U.S. Marine Corps military knife. I just found that, and I've oiled them up and tried to get them to work. I probably won't be carrying these. That's part of I got this idea of having a vintage slip joint collection. I have a new buck canoe that I purchased, a Chinese version of it that I do everyday carry with that I like a lot. I keep that in one of my leather carry pouches. I have the two ones that I'm adding. I have a USA made, they call these it's the 301 model. I think it's called the Stockman. And it's a neat knife. I'll show all these blade open for you in a minute. And I have a Chinese made Deuce, which is a tiny little thing. I like it. It's pretty and it could be considered a pocket carry, but I'm thinking more, it's kind of a collectible novelty at the moment. And I think a lot of people think of them as that, although this could be an apple peeler or a daily pocket carry if you're in a country that is crazy about knife laws. This, of course, is what they call the Buck Prince, the 503 Prince, and it's a find that I got. I'm really happy with it. It'd be a great everyday pocket carry, but mainly I just have this as a collectible. And it's sharp as the dickens. I'm glad I didn't cut myself, just open it there. The other knives I've got, of course, are Victorinox SAKs. I forget what this one's called. It's ALOX. And it's, I think it is ALOX. And a 28 millimeter. It's a tiny thing. The other two is maybe somewhere on there. These other two are 84. I think this one's 84 millimeter. This is somewhere around there. But these are grade 80 EDCs. Then they both have wine corkscrews on them. This is called the Waiter model. And I forget what this one's called. Spartan, maybe. It might be the Spartan. And down on the lower row, there are my oldest EDC, being the NRA work knife I got 20 some odd years ago. And it's been put to use every day for about 10 years before I wore it down really good at work. Took off the scales. It's buffed off the scales. This is my new NRA gift knife, which is nice on the heavy side, has good blade. It's fun, useful EDC. I carry that in my leather pouch. This is a Buck 110 Slim Select, which would be a great EDC if I could find a reason to put it in my pocket. It's too big for the pouches, and it has the pocket clip, but I don't like carrying the knives that way. But I am really happy with this knife as a collectible. This is a daily carry for me, the Buck 112 Slim Select. I removed the pocket clip, and it's a mainstay of my daily carry collection. It goes in the pouches really well. And of course, there's my Spydercos that I carry. There's only one I'm showing you, the Spyderco Insistent that I have. I carry every day. It's a really, truly everyday carry knife. Small enough and practical enough to carry. Although it might be the heaviest knife in my EDC collection with the way it's built, the mass of the metal in it. I like it a lot. So, to show you, I have these Buck slip joint models I have. You can't hear the snap on that, but it has a snap. They both have good retention on the springs for the Deuce, Buck Deuce, Chinese made. Like I said, it's got sharp from the factory blades. Of course, you got to resharpen these a lot because they're 410 steel, or whatever the Chinese use is 410 steel. They're neat. I like them. The Deuce is a sweet knife. Little, but useful. The next one up would be the Buck 50 or a 301 Stockman, which is a absolutely cool knife. It has great action. Sharp blades. Really shiny, really good. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's not perfect condition, as but it is well done. I mean, it's USA made, polished up quite nicely. The blades are perfect. I doubt I'll use this for carry, but it could be someone's everyday carry. Lovely knife. Right in there with competition for USA made case and all the others. I like them. The Buck Canoe from China, I think they might call, I don't know what this designation is, the Model 389 Chinese version of the canoe. I don't think they make a USA version anymore. You can buy a really cool canoe from Case for anywhere from $79 to $189, depending on what kind of scales and purfling you want on it. I like this knife. It's a very useful everyday carry for me, and I do carry it every day. The other two, the USA Ulster, I don't know what year it is, but I went through a lot of time cleaning up these joints, getting the rust removed on this knife. It's not perfect, but it's pretty cool. And it's got the awl blade, which snaps into position. Oh, it's tight. It's got some joint separation on the knife, and it's missing the key ring or the lanyard ring. This is my best find, the coolest find I came across at a swap meet. This is a little bit of a disappointment in the shape that it's in. The U.S. Marine Corps from the World War II era, made by the joint collaboration between Ulster and Imperial, called Kingston. And it's seen better days, but it has a little bit of snap to it on the main blade. And a little snap to the can opener. The awl blade was snapped off, but it's another, I'm happy to have found it, come across it. And these are not really what I'd call, I mean, they are collectibles to a certain sense, but really these are everyday users. These two are vintage knives that are not really in the rotation. But everything else you see here has the potential for being in the rotation. This is my little gentleman carry I might drag out and impress people with every now and then, the Buck's Prince. The others are utilitarian knives. The NRA knife still has some life left in it. I pulled it apart several times, oiled it up, and cleaned it up over the years. It's been heavily damaged a few times. And this particular NRA knife is going to be put to the test over the years again. Well, however long I've got left. And of course, the Spyderco is the go-to knife. The best. Along with the 110 Buck Slim Select, which is a cool knife. It's good for all uses. Okay, so the point of this video is to show what I'm working on and what I'm using. If you like what I have, what I'm doing on my channel, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. God bless you for the new year.